Nautilus feels... I mean, it gives you an option into the Zeri, but I don't think this is a great response from DRX into what DNF... I actually don't think he would have died there, even if the ult did connect. I think he had enough HP to just walk it off, but goes for the safe play and flashes out of that one. Doesn't want to die
before.
Yep.
That happened in pro play. That was the thing that existed. It's all right. There's the combo. Flash does come out, but it's not going to really do anything here, and that is a very dead Talia. First blood goes over to Pyosik. Man, the combo doing exactly what it says on the tin. DNF off to a great start as Sponge trying to taxi out with these grubs. Should be able to do so as life's coming over. Andil there as well. Teddy throws out the culling just to say no, 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 no. No aggression from you guys. And Pyosik will be able to secure the first grub. We'll see how many more of them he can get this time around. Looks like not too much more going to occur, as another horn has been blown here as the equalizer goes down. Yehu's just going to drive into this bottom lane and try and feel a little bit better about the state of the game by killing the Rumble. Almost dies himself, but will be successfully able to do that. No teleport available, will lose a plate here. And of course, the Rift Scuttler is going to be unclearable. Now it's going to be a bit of a team fight as the orb is over here. Teleport to come in as Berserker already takes a full culling to the face. Knockup comes on through there though from the depth charge, and down goes the Orianna. Equalizer comes in as well. They're walking down the red carpet, but I think this is just because they're famous as DRX getting another knockup onto life. He's going to go down. It's a triple for Teddy, and that was a disaster for DNF.
DRX so decisive with stuff. And we see DRX once again setting up really good control of vision in the area.
Well, here it is, combo one more time as there is the flash out from Yahoo. Does get the shield back though from his Seraphs that just transformed. Don't know whether it was in time though as the flash does go forward. Bulldog, remember, doesn't have his flash as prepared earlier. The culling comes in. Sponge going to be able to lock that one down. It's Pyosik doing some alcove gaming, and they do have an equalizer there. But Andil with a massive knockup onto 3 people. It managed to curve. Hits a max range hook at the same time. Sponge was alive for so long, but Berserker is as well. That's another kill coming on through here for Teddy as Rich does go down. Life and Berserker will be able to take control of this one though, and that is a much better fight for DNF.
He's not able to cut through Pyosik so quickly, and Berserker pops the ult, starts to get some good value in. Teddy comes in close, passes back up, and now another fight coming through.
Yep, and Pyosik managed to get on top of Teddy this time around. That is the priority target. He may go down for it though, as Yahoo getting some good volleys off. Andil will be taken out by the extendo beam of Berserker though, so a 2-for-1 trade feels real good, and DNF back on the horse.
This is why this composition...
Wasn't really too many options though as far as follow-up, and Rich just really is obsessed with putting that R button on cooldown.
Yeah. Doesn't mean they get control of the area though. They have to respond to the Rift Herald. Dragon's being started up. The Pyosik, and look at the timers on the Orianna and the Nocturnal.
Yeah.
2 seconds both of them.
Perfectly synced. They can now press that button again. Let's see when Pyosik decides to go in. There's the shockwave, connects onto 1. Knockup is decent as well from the Wild Growth as the culling this time is going to cut through them. Teddy's at full health, but I don't know whether the fight has much left in it as the wall comes down. Andil in a little bit of an awkward position. Pyosik is kind of running for the hills. Yahoo just dies to basically the wolves. What was quite going on there? Life is also dead though, which is ironic and sad here for DNF. And that is sole point also.
And I think this ends up being a mistake because there's a lot of coverage there with the tanks in the way, and the Talia just isn't that much of a threat right now. It means Teddy's completely unchecked, and Berserker and Bulldog are, you know, Berserker's trying to push up here, but then Teddy threatens him later. Now, yeah, out of cancel Sponge.
So they just decide that they want to take that, and that is because the Nocturne was dead alongside the Lulu. So they just walk over and take it. DNF, not really much of a way of doing anything, and Dudu didn't have equalizer or anything like that. That to try and start a fight. Maybe they're going to start one right now as Dudu is just dead to start this one off. The Ram gets the double knockup onto Life and Berserker. And there is the shockwave to connect onto 2. They're still going to go for it here as Sponge dives in. The polymorph is great though out of life, and that's going to be able to take him down. Yahoo, the only damage left alive, and DRX didn't quite need to do that, but neither did DNF, and they're the ones that are going to capitalize this time. Rich and Yahoo still trying to stand their ground here, and they're doing a great job. Throwing a bunch of rocks around. There's the Wild Growth to come on through. Another decent polymorph here, and Yahoo does go down. Rich, no more blue stuff left available, and so he is just going to back away. So they lose the Otacon, they lose the Dragon, but they take a turret, and they win a fight.
This game feels like it could be anyone's.
Certainly could, and it's the Rise group, baby. That's, I mean, no game is ever decided As a teleport not upgrading anything. As now it's a face-off in the river. Yahoo just checking the angles. Dudu on a flank looking pretty good. Does land the harpoon here as Yahoo taking a fair bit of damage. And now the Ornhorn to come in. They do just split them apart. The wall does come down as Sponge gets in here. It is Soul that's on the line as the Shockwave is a drive-by. As Pyosik gets into that back line, it is going to be the Soul secured here by DRX. And the fight is entirely split. This is absolute insanity as Teddy goes into melee range with Dudu, and it kind of works out, I guess, but now he's by himself. On the other side of the fight, it is a catastrophe. And so someone gonna have to try and kill him. They need someone to walk up and actually fight Teddy, which is what they're struggling with right now as the polymorph is going to wear off. Teddy now just trying to take the fight to them, and Berserker will be able to do it here. They wait for the barrier, and down he goes. Cleanly played in the end there, as DRX do manage to secure the Soul, but they'll their way out. And we're kind of fine, as here's the combo once again. Equalizer to start it off, but it's just an attempt at a guaranteed turret. Rich looking for a little bit of a turnaround play though, as Berserker will get knocked up. Sponge goes in, but immediately he has to run out. They get a decent shield. Pyosik in a bit of trouble, but Teddy has to back away immediately. And the redemption keeps DNF.
And he's like just hiding, like just refusing to show up.
Well, there's a like Hex Flash in, I think, as the Shockwave just going to be used onto Andil alone. The Equalizer goes down. That's going to be enough to take down the Nautilus, as now the paranoia sets in. Crescent Guard to come on through there, and there it is. Pyosik does decide to go forward, but there's no Shockwave, there's no combo. And yes, they kill Andil.
This is a risky play.
This is very risky. Maybe they just hopefully, well, I mean, they're going to trade Elder for Baron is what DRX are opting into here. But they could just get Ace, and they're not going to make it to this Elder at all. And so Elder is going to get secured here by
low. So I feel like it's pretty low value. I honestly expect him to sell that pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Direction.
Oh, got a bit of a hook to connect onto Dudu. Sponge going to follow up there as well. He has an arm guard, but he elects not to use it because he knew he was dead. And Dudu just overstepping here, caught napping on the bottom side of the map. Nothing down for DRX. Look at that, making use of them grubs here at 36 minutes.
Yeah, finally getting some value from them. Able to take the tower. That mid tower is pretty low as well. Could maybe look towards that. And getting some value. Closing that gold lead a little bit. And maybe this was the thought process. You know, if we trade those objectives, we extend the game and we just give more opportunities for DNF to potentially throw.
I'm parking themselves towards the Elder. Vision does come through. There is a hook to connect. Oh my goodness, Dudu this time manages to go golden, but the knockups are going to come through from Rich. He's just standing his ground as Teddy, not even worried, he's flashing forward, and there's the depth charge. DNF falling apart at the seams as Berserker is flashing over, but this time Sponge does not care, and that GA is not going to be guarding anything. And just as the complete opposite of what we saw before, it is only Dudu left alive. It's a flash forward from Yahoo, says not even that will stay there. DRX, I think, just won the game.
And it just feels inevitable when it gets to those late game situations. DNF have their struggles, and DRX find the clutch window to close it out. It's a 5-0 in the late game team fight. They managed to get the picks, they managed to get the cleanup. Berserker on this Fed Zeri can't do anything, and it'll be a 1-0 lead for DRX in this series.
Teddy playing it really, really well towards the end there, but I have to say, Rich loves pressing his ulti button. He managed to find a bit of an angle that time around, was frontlining beautifully, and DRX just pushed forward for the
Kaiser will pile onto you.
And now you've got the full kill comp coming on in here, as Vi and Kaiser together is really, really... It did.
So early priority onto them. It's a good adaptation. Good to see. Actually, don't just good damage to him with passive and everything.
See whether he can actually get there. Only at 1-4 now, as Sponge will get pillared. Does have the Vault Breaker to get over it.
Oh, we have
put in the kennel just yet.
Dudu's walking over, and Richard's resetting the TP, so...
Oh, Live does find the Magnet Storm on to 3. The quickness comes down, though, and it's working very well. This Aurora damage is massive, but Pyosik staying alive for so long. Finally, he will go down. That's first blood, but it's answered with 2 immediately, as the Kaiser is down. Public execution, though, for the re-engage, as Yahoo off to the side. Looks for another salvo, as Berserker is just chasing after Sponge. Doesn't quite get the kill, as out goes Yahoo, out goes Rich. And out goes DRX, but it's a 1-for-2, and DNF win the fight.
Bulldog didn't even end up ulting there, and they still managed to handily win that fight. DRX kind of gets slapped about due to such a huge presence in the fight. Yeah, looking for what?
What? Death. That's what it was.
Well, he found it.
Well, there's the Vault Breakers. Finally, that ultimate is going to be used, and the wall is going to block anyone from following up on to... Going to look for their second Drake. This Ocean will go over to Pioshik here, and not going to be too much of a response.
It is sunlight.
Yuntals and the Infinity Edge is kind of... Oh, Zen bonus better be good.
Do they have that in
Oh, Bulldog taking a bit of damage here. As you can see, Andal and Sponge making their way over.
Oh!
Emperor's Divide comes in. There's a Killer Instinct. They do manage to take down the Azir, and they keep everyone alive? That is insanity!
Oh, the pillar!
How did no one die?
Not huge
wait,
reward,
and the
because
turret.
of the TP, the turret comes in. I think DRX pretty happy with how that one panned out. Maybe a little bit darker purple from the Quick Blades, I feel. Anyway, Atakan's been started, so...
Rich has also started a fight, as Life is taking a lot of damage. Doesn't want to ult just an Ambessa. Wants to keep his buttons available.
Don't need to do this. They're getting shredded. The resistances.
Well, Life's going to get tagged here by Teddy with that Void Seeker, and DRX can just wait. There's the Magnet Storm. Doesn't exactly get a lot of joy as they're taking down Rich. That will occur as Teddy has to ult defensively. DRX, this is not quite working out. Still, they create some distance. The Atakan is going to go the way of DNF, and now they're looking to turn the fight. Yahoo in trouble. In goes Sponge. Cease and desist is going to connect onto Pioshik for some reason, and DNF will just obliterate DRX. That was a whole lot of what you don't want to be doing, DRX.
I was so nervous for them. I saw that going wrong in so many ways, but DNF holds strong. They managed to get
unlosable.
Even DNF couldn't throw from this position.
Oh, that did manage to throw this.
It would be impressive.
It would.
Hey, honestly, I have things against it. I think a good call.
Not a bad choice. Sponge coming on over, collecting some vision control as Dudu is on a merry jaunt here in the river. Teddy does cut him down, but Berserker is going to be there. There's the Supercharger forward. There's the Charm actually connecting. They will be able to take down the Scion as the rest of DNF shows up. And Zombie Scion not going to be doing much of anything at all. So it is Dudu just kind of dying for no reason. Let's see whether it works out.
Guys, you're in a hit against a Sivir.
Yeah. With Infernal Soul. That has now completed. Teleport comes in. And now you got a Trundle running on up. That means that there's not going to be a smite here. And it is going to be secured by Sponge, who sacrifices his life for it. And the question of was it worth it is not even necessary, because the answer is just no.
Yeah, not sure. I don't know. I think the play, perhaps a bit of a mistake. I think there was an opportunity for Andal to get some vision down towards Dragon. I think they could have taken a good fight there, but now they've given away Soul, and the Baron's irrelevant because DNF are just pushing into your base.
Yeah. Well, Yahoo's going to be able to get a bit of damage here as he goes between worlds, but he wants out of this world, I think. He wants the next iteration of Summoner's Rift in Game 3. I think that might be the better opportunity here for DRX to find a win. Some decent damage is coming on through here. Teddy actually, these Void Seekers starting to hurt. So he wants an arm guard as soon as possible, I could imagine. Yahoo wanting is an incredible flank. Yahoo not going to make it into that brush without giving away his position. There's a deep TP. Okay. The ward goes down. DNF looking for the angle. Yahoo going to start the fight maybe a little bit early into the back line. Goes Sponge. He manages to find Berserker, but he flashes out. The public execution is just public embarrassment for Rich, who dashes away and dies. And yes, they get the prize. But Yahoo and Teddy are the only ones left alive, and DNF will continue pushing.
Guys, if you're going to go for the long flank, you have to wait for everyone to be in position. They went so early.
It was less of a Yahoo and more of a yeehaw into that backline. It didn't quite work.
Like, Rich wasn't there in time to ult off the CC. Yahoo ult. Okay, well,
I like the vibe.
Just really wrap around.
Or maybe short flank. Or maybe kill Scion again.
Kill whoever's closest.
Yeah, that could be the opportunity here, as the ult is going to be invested there from Sponge. Dudu flashes away. And that is going to be the end of that, and also potentially the end of this turret. Although the sieging capabilities aren't exactly massive. Baron up in 1 minute to help alleviate that. But Dudu is just split pushing here in this mid lane. And DNF will be able to break this one open. Inhibitor already down on bottom side of the map. These super creeps are piling up on the bottom side. As we get the bit of a zoom out here, 40 seconds on the Elder. I mean, I don't know whether it's necessarily one team fight and you can win the game, but it might be like 3 team fights and you win the game. Still, this inhibitor turret going to go down, and DNF playing it by the book, rotating around, getting everything shoved in, making this base as susceptible as possible and making it so difficult for DRX to ever leave.
Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it.
Oh, wait. Wait, is Bulldog going to be the target? Maybe. Okay, Dudu is certainly the target. And now Yahoo getting into this backline. I'm not sure about that one, but he was the only one that had the teleport available. And now he's just going to go between worlds after doing half a damage to life. And now they just dive on top of the Elder. All right, DRX, this is the insane plan that is going to get you back into this game, maybe. DNF with a great phalanx that has been put up, and they've got to teleport in from the Scion. Emperor's Divide only onto Handle, though, so that's not exactly the target. But still, they are butchering them. Look at the damage from Berserker. Every auto does about 1 billion as it's a triple kill immediately. That is going to be a free Elder, and guys, I mean, the minions were taking care of business the whole time. That is going to be game over here as DNF even out the series and get their first victory of this round robin, at least as far as games are concerned. One game's by himself on this champion. Let's see whether the Dutrox is going to be able to take down the Cassante that was picked away from him. Of course, they prioritize what's happened so far.
Yeah.
And also whoever has the, like, I don't know, tempo vibe of the game. Right now, DRX well and truly with the tempo vibe. DNF had it the entire game. You can join if you would like to. But right now, Dudu is there. Can also manage to catch him out pretty comfortably. Some O-bars being thrown in as the Tempered Fate goes entirely wide. And it's just the Dragon secured, given away here by DRX. They do supervise momentarily as a Cloud Soul to come through. Yeah. If we ever did do, like, seasonal League of Legends, right, where you go back to certain patches, people will get very confused about what state Corki is in. As, all right, there is a little bit of a snare there onto Ardil, as Yahoo finding an angle. That Tempered Fate did absolutely nothing as Rich finds it into this backline, and now the resets are coming through. Ardil will go down, but there are the Heartbreakers, and it might just be Heartbreak here for DNF, as Rich, looking for it, does get the crash onto this Dudu, who is just not going to be able to survive this. Melee range with Teddy, but he just Arcane shifts on top of him. Berserker just watches while his team falls apart.
Our first taste of action, and DRX clean up.
Oh, that's utilizing the tempo vibes to your advantage, right, Ox? I called you Chronicler because he's the one I normally terrorize, and I've been terrorizing you today.
Well, you did say DRX had the tempo. Yeah. Well, Dragon going to be started up here. Maybe a chance for DNF to undo some of the damage done in that previous fight.
Yeah,
Dudu is on a flank angle.
It connects onto Berserker, as Dudu does look for an angle in, but the Rune Prison comes down. Bulldog still holding onto that ult as Arcane shift forward by Teddy. This guy is kind of crazy. Sponge slinking into the mist, looking for an opportunity. These rockets are starting to hurt. The misting shots are not, but it's going to be a 50-50. Whether DNF like it or not, as Yahoo and Dudu are just fighting. Pop Blossom is going to connect. They dive on top, and it is going to be the steal and the death of PureShick. Another reset to come on forward for DNF, and now looking scary. Yahoo moving on over. There's the knockback onto Bulldog, and into the thick of things is Sponge. They do manage to take him out in the end, but unfortunately, there is just not a lot of DNF left, and DRX continuing to roll over them.
Just feels like DRX is set up in their fights. The approach is so much better. They're so laser focused on getting that reset for Sponge on the offset, and it's working so well. We were unsure about the Viego. They are making it work so well.
Ridiculous how powerful. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it again. But Yoshik. Shot Barrage going to come on through. Aimed at Bulldog there as Yoshik does find a target. The crash does come on through as Andal tries to get himself out, but he doesn't manage to. That's a great pickup here for DNF. And Yahoo will be able to get that soul, or soul point. But that should be Otacon going over to DNF, unless some heroics out of Rich, Teddy, and Sponge, who are up here. Okay, is the all-out actually going to come on through? It does, but it goes in a really weird direction there from Rich, who just gets himself out of there. Teleport back from Yahoo, does get his health bar back up as well. And look at this DNF, they're just not willing to fight for this. Look at their health bars, they're so low. And maybe it's just a leash? I'm not entirely sure. The teleport is now going to come in from Rich, finally, as the unending despair, I think, represents the feelings here of DNF as they lose Soul Point and they lose Otacon. And they're starting to lose hope in this game.
Couldn't get worse in that situation. Bulldog takes so much poke from Teddy, and then I even think Rich misplayed a little bit. I think he was trying to grab Bulldog and grab life instead.
Right. I thought he was trying to go through the wall, but then I think he decided
that's
instead Teddy has all of the money and able to do all of this damage. As okay, Cloud Soul up and available, 10 seconds time. DRX with full control of the area. Pioshik taking some poke here as Teddy very comfortable here. And just no one able to threaten him. The Tempered Fate only lands onto Sponge. It's a decent attempt, but it doesn't do anything at all. Teddy rips through two. Dudu not going to be ending the world of DRX. In fact, it's his world that's going down. That's a flash in from Yehu, if ever I've seen one. He didn't really want to do it, but it looked great. And DRX will be able to take the soul and whatever the heck else they would like.
Yeah, I think Cloud Soul into Baron seems like the play. Looked like, you know, for first time in the game, they got some value of the bottle, but Sponge wasn't able to be followed up on, and it was Andal coming in with a huge Pop Blossom as the counter punch. I think DRX is far too strong right now, really, for DNF to offer any real fight back.
Yeah, the Andal answer to Pioshik. Pioshik's Impale was actually decent, but sometimes the Pop Blossom is just too good, and I don't know, I kind of... That's what I'm feeling. I don't have a vote though, and I did talk about tempo vibes for half of this game, so yeah. I'm not in any state to really say anything that's meaningful at this point in time. So
I've been thinking about my POM for a while now.
I think it's a toughie. And if it's DNF, I'm even more confused.
Rich was pretty good in the Scion game and the Horn game. Yeah, he was okay in that one. Teddy was good in the Lucian game.
He did go for a very deep flank.
That was fun. Teddy was good in the Lucian game and this game. Kaiser game wasn't really on him. Sponge, the Xin Zhao, the Viego. The Viego's been good.
Viego has been good, and it's Viego.
Yeah.
Inhibitor turrets are going down, by the way, guys. Baron is being utilized here by DRX. They are walking fast.
I think it's I don't think Andal's a bad shout, but I think it's I think I'm leaning Teddy.
Yeah, I could see Teddy. I could definitely see Teddy. And then also we get the interview with Teddy as well, which would be great to have a chat to him. So for that reason, I think he's a good shout. However, DRX are going to do this full tutorial style, taking out all of these turrets. Inhibitor's still up here in the mid lane, actually, which is kind of crazy. As DRX somewhat split, doing a bit of a 1-2-2 with 2 being in the jungle, as Yehu's just going to, I think walking back into that makes a lot of sense. As now they pile in around him. He survives for a long time, but it is going to be Berserker taking down the Rise. Inhibitor to go down in the mid lane in response. But
Rabadon's just picked up for Rise.
Huh.
Wait, it said it was picked up, but it appears... It came up...
He likes the
You saw that, right? You saw that come up. On the side.
Yeah, no, I think our observers got a little bit ahead of themselves, or our graphics team. They thought that it was going to be completed, and it was not.
That threw me. I guess
okay, Yehu actually throwing out a weird Realm Warp, and it's not quite going to actually be taken, but still it works. As Pioshik goes down, it's a double for Teddy. Could it be the Penta angle? We'll just see. There's the triple. It's not the Quadra, but we'll just have to take the triple kill for Teddy as they get the ace. DRX, a happy bee to come up on top of the head of Rich, and they will be able to take down these Nexus turrets. The woes for DNF continue. Their chances for first in the group are dead, but DRX at least having a good day here.